All right, let's finish up the Tudor Corner by Lego Icons. This is set number 10350. Contains 3,266 bricks. Retails for, I believe, around $220, and this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review, so thank you, Lego. And yeah, so what you see here off to the right is what bags 1 through 17 has done. I have this last 8x16 plate, 3 bags, the building guide, and so far I'm all over the place on this set. I think we're at a score of 8.3, only just because some of the furnishings in here are kind of brittle, and some of this, it's not finished up yet, but that's for the build experience wise. For the most part, it looks really good, and we'll bring this over here and we'll take a look. You just got to be careful where you pick this up at. And yeah, we got a hole here at the top. And that's where we left off. And you know, despite of this being kind of what it is, it's packed with detail. I mean, that's a lot of detail for a modular. If you look at the cafe corner compared to this has a lot of detail. And yeah, so the floors do remove. Can be a bit of a challenge to get off. I mean, I'm practically picking up the whole model here, but we're not done yet. And yeah, all right, let me get this out of the way here very carefully. It's big. It is big. I'm trying to get these big Lego sets done so I can get back into doing my smaller tutorials. And I got a mock that I'm still waiting for parts to come in. And yeah. And so today we're going to wrap up the 3rd floor, and we're going to wrap up the roof. Let me get this brought down here for you so you can see what I am doing. And yeah, let me get the focus sharpened up here because I did change some things. And I have to talk about bullies in this installment because somebody was being a little weird today. Let me readjust that brightness. Basically, somebody was making fun of my vision impairment, and that will not float on this channel, or not this channel, but on my main channel. The person was so smart they tagged me into a video. And of course I contacted YouTube, and let's begin with bag 18. And I contacted YouTube, and I'm like, this person is doing this. Basically, they slapped me in the face, said, well, they're allowed to do that. Okay, so I contacted a viewer of mine who's also a person who works at YouTube. Just took care of their channel real quick. I thought, we're not playing games. I thought, YouTube, you guys say you guys frown upon bullying, but you sure allow it. It's not like somebody was asking a question or something. No, this person is right down just being mean. Well, I'm meaner. Say goodbye to your YouTube channel. Yeah, some people. This is the holidays. We shouldn't have to do this stuff, right? What can I say? And you can tell it was a little kid. This was no way a teenager or an adult. This was a little kid with the high-pitched voice. And I thought, oh, probably too young to be on here anyways. Ooh, look at all those little parts again. And this one's mostly black and browns. Yeah. Okay, let's get in here. We're going to dive right on into this today. Put this right here. And so far I'm pleased with the outcome. It's just some steps are just kind of bland. And this is another one here that the colors are kind of just a little bit, we don't need that. We're looking at page 18. At least they're giving us a warm-up step. And I'm still doing my 3D renders. I am trying to get done with those. And what else am I working on today? I'm going to try to get this video done today. Or try to get this whole review done today, actually. And just kind of move on to bigger and better things. Oh, that's a nice aerial rug. Let's start with the rail first. And I love these corner tiles. They just work so well for locking things together. But I am trying to smash through getting renders done and stuff like that. And so far I'm still hanging in there. And yeah, I'm trying to get things done. Trying to. Okay. Looks like we're one stud away from this crack here. I'm just going to dry fit it. I'm not going to press it down. And it's lined up with this crack in the middle. Okay, that's where we need to start. I thought it would be centered in with the coffee table, but it's not. Yeah, so I've been trying to hammer through work. And yeah, building this stuff is not a big deal if I was given at least maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but less than a week. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it done so I can get on with my own stuff here. Lego needs to start. I'll let that be known in the ambassador thing. We have to file these things called review reports. Basically, it's what, you know, the video stats, comments fans have made. You know, like I summarize everything. I don't give names out or anything like that. They want to know who said what. They can come to YouTube and read it. And I was just kind of puzzled, you know, as to why, you know, with the reports and stuff. You know, I don't think anybody reads them, to be honest. I don't think anybody does. And I always ask that question, does anybody read these things, or am I just throwing these out there just to see if I get a response back? But you know what? I have not yet to ever get a response from the Lego group if they actually read them. I think they just want paperwork to say that we got the set and we did what we're supposed to do. Because if you don't file a report, they won't send you anymore until you catch up on your reports. So that's why I always call it work or homework. And that does add a nice pop of color in there. Oh, it's a bookshelf. Let's see how this is built. Usually those are tough to put together. But yeah, it's just puzzles me sometimes that do they actually read them? Do they actually go through them? And I don't know. And I got a bunch of stuff though I have to get done before the first of the year. One of my fans in the computer, I turned it on this morning, was making a grinding noise. I thought, okay, I really do need to build a new PC. So that's something I got to get done before embargo time. Not embargo, tariffs. Not a terrace, a tariff. All right. So once I get that rebuilt, that won't be too bad. I have an RTX 4090 in this junk machine here because now it's falling apart. So I'm gonna rob one out. I have two 4090s in this one, just for the graphics power. Why do you think now I can do 3D renders? So what I'm gonna do is pull one card out of that and put it in the other one. But this machine that I'm using now, I'm thinking of using it as which does the door jamb go in? Oh, it goes like that. I'm thinking about using it maybe as a machine to process videos and stuff. I don't know yet. Okay, I don't know what we're building here. So they're doing it as the... oh, okay. Never thought about doing like that. Put it like that in there. I mean, it's not how I would build a bookshelf, but still. Okay, I'm skipping stuff. Here we go again. Now the reason why they're using 1x3s is to fit the pegs inside the tubes. So to make a story long here, I'm just trying to get through stuff for the week. Get reports done, dealing with bullies. I had somebody that purchased one of my building guides. She's having a hard time using Pick-a-Brick. She couldn't get nothing to work. I was feeding her all this information, and it dawned on me something I have been dealing with since they brought out the new Pick-a-Brick, is that you got to completely clear your search engine, your search filters in the Pick-a-Brick thing. Because even I was having problems with it drafting a parts list a few weeks ago. It's like every time I put a part in, just tell me I couldn't find it. And it doesn't tell you much of anything. Lego is not a software company by any means, so I'll let her know after I get done with this and said, you may want to clear out all your search filters on Pick-a-Brick. You know, I'm by all means not an expert. Every time I turn around, they always change something. And oh, that's kind of cool. That's printed. I'll have to save that. But you know, I'm not an expert on everything. I don't claim to be, but I'll tell you, Pick-a-Brick, they really have, they really need to fix it up. They got the right idea. I was trying to, if she made an account on this thing, I could have gave her a CSV file where she can just get the parts directly, but she didn't. Unfortunately, I need to say, hey, I mean to set it up to where people have to make up accounts on Rebrickable to do it. That's not a bad bookshelf. It's a little ugly, but I guess it would serve purpose. It's a start right there. Maybe we could figure out a way to utilize those then. And the bookshelf goes here. And it looks like it's 3 studs from this corner. Probably right in front of the rug. There we go. Take a look here. That's a good use of that door frame. And now, the tent of this cozy studio, those rainy days, so she can stay at home and read the new books that she bought from the Lego Creator Expert Bookshop, 10270. Well, I don't have the bookshop. So she got the books from somewhere else, probably stole them. Alrighty. And we're going to build this here. Yeah, but all in all, though, about this set here, I am pleased with it. I like the outcome of it. Just be careful when you're building it, because it is brittle. Okay, when you're starting it. A lot of this stuff, building techniques I probably would never use, or never thought of using. But, yeah, I mean, you got to learn how to do new stuff once in a while. Yeah. So. And I had one person text me from work, but it was nothing like, how was your Thanksgiving going? It's like, it went okay, you know. It was somewhat drama-free. Just had a little squabble here and there that I try to avoid. Some of my employees like to see how I'm doing, and yeah. Oh, how's your vacation going? I said, I don't know, I've only been off for 1 week. I don't know, I'll let you know. I've only had to come and work, I think, twice on my time off, and it wasn't fun because somebody was doing something they shouldn't have done on the job. And well, this guy said, do it. He comes down here, you're losing your job, and that's what this guy did. He was doing something he should not have been doing. And I'm like, well, what's the point of that for? Oh, we got the picture there. Cool. And yes, I've been bullied at work too for vision. But a lot of these people don't know, don't harass the owner. Here's the deal: if you're working for somebody, don't harass the owner of the business. It never ends out well, and I don't know why people do that. I don't get it. Some do, they want to challenge the boss. If you're going to challenge the boss, make sure it's off the job, not on it. But some do, and I'm like, you're playing with fire here. And one guy says, I'll just go on unemployment. I said, oh, okay then, good luck with that. And yeah, so now I just kind of screen the calls and stuff before I even answer. Now I can't find that 1x2. There it is. Okay, I thought this wall came out. Well, Lego, why didn't we just build the wall on here for instead of doing it like this? Or maybe it's because of the bookshelf, or it's just easier to put a bigger piece in. I don't know, but that's what we did there. Okay, well, we got a little draft here. We got to fix that, and then the rain can fall inside. I will be right back. Let me go check on my mom. Okay, where did we leave off? Okay, I put that wall in, and now we're on step 489. Okay, now we're working on the window. Got to make 2 columns here. I'm starting to get a bunch of these. But yeah, I'm trying to get a lot of these sets done. I have a new idea for a camper for next year. It's not going to be my traditional type of camper, but it will be playable. And I can see it in my mind. I've seen them in real life. So that'll be it. It will be towable by a lot of my vehicles. So it'll be a trailer. It won't be a fifth wheel, but it'll be a trailer. But that's all I'm going to leak out. And then of course, there'll be building guides that follow along with that. And but speaking about this gal who was stuck on Pick-a-Brick, even I'm having problems. So I may end up doing a video or 2 about it, on how to basically use Pick-a-Brick. Some people don't use it as much. I use it so much and know all its quirks. It's like, I was like, come on, yeah, it's real easy to use. And then I thought, wait, maybe I need to make a video on this, because even I'm having problems here and there. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're getting there. And yeah, boy, I slept good last night too. Slept like probably about 8 hours. So I'm all energized, ready to go. Well, we got the draft out of there. We still got this spot here where the air can leak in. Okay, we're working behind here. And we need to make some weird column thing with these. And I don't know why, but it goes right next to the chimney here. Right here. Looks like it goes right in there. You got that gap there. It looks like there's a gap there. Alright, yeah, because it shows it in the book. And yeah, tonight everybody wants fast food, and I was like, oh, I'll have the leftovers. Oh, aren't you gonna get tired eating leftovers? I'm like, well, I want to eat some soggy burger. I'll have that any day of the week. I had that when I was at work. Why would I want another one, you know? Yeah. That's like, no, I'm gonna pass on that tonight. Alright, I can't find a 1x1 white brick. Okay, there it is. Oh, I can't find the other guy. Well, there it is. I'll skip the fast food. Okay, now we got a plate off the top here. And Start right here and lock all that together. Yeah, I noticed Lego lately has been getting a little carried away with 1x5 plates. So I have a feeling these are going to be here to stay. Now we just got to get them in other colors. If you want to make a 5-stud wide vehicle, there you go. There was a YouTuber, Brick Boys 518, I believe. I think he tried to make a 5-stud wide vehicle, and it was very challenging. And that was probably 10, 12 years ago, maybe longer. And back then, those were unheard of. Now with the 1x5s, yeah, it's a lot easier to do it now. So, yeah. I remember I watched their channel a long time ago, and I was an adult doing this stuff. I thought, man, if a bunch of teenagers are willing to go out here and do this, I'm sure an adult's fine. Because teenagers with peer pressure and all that stuff, and their peers judging them for doing Lego, I'm sure it's fine. I thought, okay. That's why, even if they haven't done videos in so long, they're still OGs. And you have to learn to respect those. And I'm not the first one that's done in-depth tutorials on YouTube. There's been some out there before I have been doing this, that have been doing this a lot longer than I have. And you just got to learn to respect those guys. You know, because they've done it a lot longer. They know they're the ones that, I think they were the ones, or one person told me, turn off the autofocus. That's why I noticed I turned the focus on auto, adjust the camera, and then turn it back to manual because of the constant glitchy. So I think they were one of the ones that told me, turn that off. That's not doing any favors for you. Okay, these face on these, you need to face them away. I've never seen those in black. So they would have been a really good community in the LAN, but they were too young at the time. And they were just two brothers that did Lego. Man, I was like, man, I wish I had a brother that did this stuff with me. I don't, and it's kind of sad, but my sister wasn't. Why did I put that there? My sister wasn't into Lego, so. Because when I was a kid, though, Lego was considered for boys. And that's how we were raised back then. And that brings up a topic. Boys and girls. No, we're all the same. My assistant is a gal, and she gets paid the same as I do. And she's running the house while I'm not there. But everybody should be treated the same regardless of who they are. Okay, it looks like this runs... Okay, this is some kind of a header, so this goes here. Gotta be careful. This is just all little plates. There we go. Oh, hey, those are right above those windows, huh? Well, okay, we did something right. Yeah, I don't know. Now we got a tile. So I think this opens up, but that wouldn't make any sense, but we're not done with it yet. Let me put it back the way I had it so I can line up the things of where I'm going here. Yeah, but like I had mentioned in previous installments, though, I like to show you how to put things together and why am I doing certain things the way I do. You know, why do I, when I do a building guide, like why are... See, building guides, I can't tell you. I can't do a lot of stuff unless I show you visually. And it's like with this, you know, I can make a mistake. If I were to just do the review and skip all this, you wouldn't know if I made a mistake or not. Make it look all flawless, and I could tell you it's an easy build, but no, this is a tough build. This is, even for me, this is just kind of a challenge. You know. Let's make sure here. All right. But, you know, that's not how it is anymore. Like my mom for the longest time thought women were not allowed to be in the military, and I said, let's look it up, because they should be, you know. I mean, last time I checked, everybody was treated equal. And yeah, they're allowed to go out there and with the machine gun, just with all the other, with their other unit. I wouldn't go out there. Unless I'm too old for that anyways. But hey, you know, everybody should be treated equally. I don't care who you are. This is, at the end of the day, we all do Lego. We all do Lego. That's all that matters. Okay, looks like we got to put together ourselves a little terrace, a little patio, a little, I don't know. Okay, I've seen how that was done there, because the black sometimes gets to be hard to see. Yeah, I really do need to get my vision checked. I need to see here what's going on. They're like that. Certain colors are just kind of washed out for me, and so I need to really find out what that's about. Probably due to age. You know, when they say humans were only supposed to live to be up to 50 years old back in the day, that means I'm almost at the end of the line. But the brain still works. Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad little idea. And then they have plants that go on the front. Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to hide the little rails. So I never thought about using those. Now, they say put the leaves and the flowers on separately, but I'm going to put these on right now. Okay, and the pink one goes here. It's just easier to pre-assemble and set them on like that. That's not a bad idea. I mean, there's a lot of good little pieces that you could, little building techniques in here that you could use to transplant into your own builds, you know. You can do whatever you want, but, and then they have this at the bottom. So you could transplant a lot of these ideas. It's like a lot of these, you notice, are modular. You can transplant them. Always keep your building guides. You never know. Always keep them, because you may need them one day. What? Dutch know how to make a good toy. Oh. This goes in the front here. This plugs right on in here. I thought, okay, what are we going to use this for? No, this plugs in. Okay, I'm going to hold on to the chimney here. I'm going to wiggle it in. I'm going to try just to grab where the tiles are at here. And yeah, I mean, so I do see this from time to time in my area where they'll have a deck and they'll just have a safety rail because they have to pass inspection. So nobody just takes a topple outside. Yeah, so that's the. Then we got to put the rain gutter here. And it just looks like it goes like this. Can you see what I'm doing? No. I don't know, it just kind of sits there. So I guess it just, I don't know. And that's it, but we have a bunch of these here. Did I forget something? I mean, Yes, I did. I forgot to put these under here. Okay, well, that should be very easy. See, always check your work. And I cannot stress that enough, because even I make mistakes. And yeah. Whew, I got one in. That's a good way to use those little stem pieces. They're in black too, so you got some nice wrought iron effect. There you go. Now it looks a lot better. Look at that. That's really nice. There's a lot of detail just packed, and that's what we have remaining for bag 18. And not too bad. I gotta go check on some videos. Alright, let's move on to bag 19. And I checked everything, and everything is A-okay. So now we got more little bags. It tells me we got more little pieces. I don't think that stuffed some 10 by 10 plates in there. Those don't even exist. We know it's nothing big. Boy, these just do not want to come out. Okay, so now it looks like we are continuing where we left off here, but we're right here in the front now. So, need to find 4 of these. So we're going to be doing the rocker bearing roofs. I wish these tiles did not have the hole in them. I had to use those for a project, and I was like, well, we'll just pretend those holes are not there. I was like, ouch, why did they do that? Beats me. Okay. Alright, let's start with the tile first. Okay, we get plenty of 2x3 dark red tiles. Wow. Well, we know I'll be scrounging off of this when I'm ready. And I've actually used this for a tutorial. You'll see that later. Jay, you got some tutorials coming up? Yeah. I have 69% of next year's content filmed. If you're on my YouTube channel memberships, you've probably already seen most of those. And some, I'm still debating if I should release for everybody or keep them private. Looks like these are going to be roof tiles, because we got a ton of them. I'm always looking for 2x3 flat tiles, because it seems like these are rare. So I'm trying to pull them out of here, because I'm still trying to find parts for step 515. So I found one piece. So we got to make 2 of these here. And stick that in there like that. So we got to do that. But I'm looking for a little black corner tile. I saw it in here a few times, but it's kind of evading me now. So what am I doing? Removing all the clutter in here. Trying to find it. Well, I see it in red, but I need it in black though. Oh, there it is. Now this goes right over here. So that's why I needed to find it. Now I got to build one more of these over here. Got to have your warm-up steps first. And oh, she's getting close. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's so gray on this booklet. Say it's a dark cave. All right. Right now we got to add. We got to make some truss supports here at the end, in gables or something. We got to make 2 of them too. So can you still see what I'm doing over here? Yeah. Just got to make sure I keep it right in this area. I'm always in for improvement. Okay, I need to find, when I see those, I need to pull them out, because that's the next piece we're going to need. We need 4 of those. I have plenty of them, but I need to use the ones in the set. And surprisingly, I have not found any pieces that have been purposely left out or just they forget to pack them. So, and you need one of these, if I can grab it. That goes in there like that. And, yep, when it gets to the review, that's going to be the fun part. So, I'm not going to do a tour on just the figures. I'm going to just do the figures staged at the bottom, outside. When we do the close-up, we'll just do the figures right then and there. I'm not going to spend, some guys literally will spend like 50 minutes to an hour on just minifigures. And these are not CMFs by any means, or custom figures. They're just your garden variety minifigures. It's like, if they're specialty figures, I'll do them, but I've been kind of getting more picky on how I'm doing this stuff. All right. And then these go right above these windows, right here. Like that. Okay. And now we got to make 2 roof panels. I don't know if these are mirrors. They are. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to grab 4 of these. Okay. And, okay, so we're going to start here first. And I'm going to make this. This is the spot I'm following. The other one will be its reflection. And then we'll start with that. It makes it go faster, you know. I'm kind of anxious to get this done so I can move on and do something else. That's one thing bad about big sets. My retention span is not that good. I never mention, oh, I get bored of the set real easily, because this one I really kind of want to work on. And 2, well, I want to get onto my own stuff. So when you do your own mocks, you want to explore your imagination. What am I exploring the booklet right now? That's not doing me any good. I'm sure I could probably make an alternative model out of just these pieces. Okay. Now we flip these over. This is where things are going to change here a bit. So, this notch is here. That means the notch is on the other side, because we're going to reflect them. And you know, if there's a 1x1 plate in here, you know, just do that. Okay. Oh, a little crazy there. But yeah, I'm trying to get these videos done. Like right now I'm editing a holiday Lego set. I can mention this one. It's the, oh yeah, it's already been, I don't know if I've released it or not yet. It's the picture frame. That one's already, by the time I release this set, that's already been released. Okay. So yeah. And just put your slide shoe plates over the 1x1 area here. So there's certain things I can mention if I know I'm going to have it done by then. Okay, I'm seeing too many of these things here. Let me move these out of the way. I got a lot of these round bricks that want to roll around. I'm trying to find the round plates, and then the rocker bearings. Oh, wait a minute, this goes over here. My bad. Now, you don't have to mirror your stuff like I'm doing. I just do it for brevitivity of the video, because I don't want to be here for 20 minutes trying to do one item. All right, I think that's it. Now we're missing one more of these. So there we are. And now we take, oh, we're missing that one there. Yeah, it's cold and it's cold, cloudy, and foggy outside right now. Okay, now we take this and we stick these right in here. Okay, it's hard to see it, but you got to lock them into these things here. You can't stick them straight down. You got to slide them on this truss here and kind of just kind of hope you get it in there and then swing it in place. That means that these are going to do the same thing here. Okay. See, these just kind of, there we go. They just feel kind of, I don't know, they just don't look good. See? There we go. That was the only one that really hurts. This one's really just crooked. Yeah. Some of these are just loose, like they're barely in there. Let's see here. Can we see inside there? Not really. But they look like they're in there. Yeah, they're just barely tacked in. A little bit of a gap on the top, but if you look from the front, it doesn't look too bad. Just did those. And now we got to put the ridge pieces on the top. Okay, so we are going to fill the hole in. That's what those are for there. You take a bunch of these, you plate them together, and you fill the tops in. That's why they did that. I was like, why do we have those little holes there for? Oh, the bricks with the one stud. Well, now I know why, because they're going to use that to cover the ridge up so you won't even see that gap. So now it won't be a leaky roof. I just got to find the little flat tile that goes in there. And the round part sticks at the top. First I'm going to guide it in there like that. And I'm trying to get that straight. There we go. Now it covers that up. So that's why they did that. I got to do that one more time. You know what? I just thought of a tutorial. Nothing related to this. It was something that we did back in grade school. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go write that down. I will be right back. Okay. Sorry about that, but when I have an idea that pops fresh in my mind, that's when I do. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Forgot to wiggle this inside here. Whoops. I got so excited about those tutorials. It's like, oh. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just feed these in here real quick. This will fortify these joints up here. So, a friend of mine told me, hey, you need to write down your tutorials when you get them so you don't forget. I got a gap there. Did I do something wrong? Let's take this tile off. Yeah, the tile's bumping into it. Okay, this, or am I putting it in backwards? No. Be careful with this. You're going to have to leave that gap there. I don't think they planned that ahead because now it sticks out too far. All right, let's see. We got to troubleshoot now. Or maybe it's not supposed to do that. All right, let me start all over here with this. Do I need them in there? Yeah, because stacking one by ones are kind of brutal. So first thing it does is it tells us to drop all these on here first. Oh, wait a minute. You know why? Drop them all on there first, not just at the bottom. I was thinking of something else. I got blindsided by my own tutorials. Alright, that makes sense. And then now it's strong. It ain't going to come apart. And now it really locks in here. Let me put Discord on mute real quick. We don't want to be hearing that because it'll go off like a shotgun. Okay, well now we know what we did wrong here. Let's do this one real quick. See, it's okay to make mistakes. Some people don't like to make mistakes. It's all right. I didn't purposely do that. There we go. And then now we got that in there. Now it's a lot better. Yeah, so that's 2 more tutorials. That doesn't mean I'm going to film them. These are just ideas. They're just concepts. Once I get a rough draft written out, then I start doing the tutorials. But it's just a concept right now. It's not just an idea on paper. And that's how the tutorials are born. I'll just sit here and I'll just even watch TV and I'll see something going, oh, that'd make a great tutorial. And I'll build it. Or try to anyways. And that's how you, if you want to get into tutorial building, that's what you do. You just start coming up with ideas and go, huh, I wonder if I can build something like that. Let me write that down because I may want to do it later on. And that kind of thing. And that's how you do it with the tutorials. Well, that's how it works for me anyways. And just get into tutorial building. I'm really surprised Lego hasn't made 2x3 tiles that are like that instead of the studs on them. But yeah, this is a roof piece actually. Alright, that goes here. Alright, well we got to keep the rain out, right? Well, can I get that in there? Notice how I got my hand behind here. I'm holding underneath here. And I'm trying to force it in there. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty nice. That's almost pretty tight there. Look at that. What does that look like on the inside? Yeah, not too bad. Got to keep the sofa dry. And we're still not done with the section yet. We still got to fill this in here. But when you get into tutorial building, if you ever decide to do it or you want to write your own building guides up, you got to start with an idea first. I have some that go, well, Jay, this stuff comes naturally to you. Yeah, but everybody thinks about new things. There we go. Like that. How do you think these developers come up with these projects? That's how they come up with it. They just doodle. It's all about doodling. You know, I wonder if these are mirrors. I bet they are. No, they're not. One's bigger than the other. Okay, now I'm glad I checked. Yeah, but you know, it's all about concepts. You know, you got to think of an idea. You start on it. You start building. You know, some people now I do a lot of my concept ideas now in stud because I don't want to drag out bins of Lego. I come out with an idea. Okay, it looks good in stud. Start building it in person. What does it look like? And then that's where things start happening because stud is a little different. It's a little more forgiving than bricks. Once you start building it in stud, you start finding a lot of problems. That's where your issues lie. When you do it in real life. Because it may look good until you start actually building with real bricks, and that's where you're going to have your issues. So that's how you do it. And then you'll say, well, this is a good idea, or, well, this thing's not really easily buildable. I can't publish this. I have some tutorials, at this moment in time, they're not possible to build right now. I don't think I have that in dark red. So that having been said, you know, there's just some things you just cannot build in Lego at the moment with the current palette. That's why sometimes I'll get some new parts that, you know, in sets like this, I'm like, you know how much easier it would make if I use that piece in my tutorial now? So then I come up with another revision of it. Okay, like that. So, whoops, that doesn't go like that. Fits right in like a little puzzle piece, like that. And flip it over. And that's how you do it, you know, doing tutorials. Somebody asked me if could I do a tutorial on how to make tutorials, videos. No, I won't go that far. Because when you look at one of my tutorials, they're never filmed in order anyways. It's not like, okay, I start with the base. Sometimes I start with accessories. Sometimes I may start with something else. Okay, how do we know this? How do we know where this goes? I'm going to start with it up high right here at the back, and then snaps in place. It's like, how would I know if that's going in? Well, that's how you know. But you ever want to get into tutorials, folks, it's not easy peasy. You're going to have to actually work to get that tutorial to flow. And I have some of my viewers, I film them all in one sitting. Don't do that. You will not like the outcome if you do. Just don't film it in one sitting, because you could mess up real quick. A lot of things can go wrong in tutorial land. Alright, well that didn't fit in there. There we go. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? This is my biggest fear whenever you want to plate roofs together. That's near perfect. That's perfect. If you ever want to, this has got some good building ideas for roofing. Now you just got to get rid of these studs here, but that's pretty near perfect there. It looks really good. We've got that all filled in. We have this here. There's probably something that goes here. And now we got a hole there. Let's fill that in. But yeah, I mean, it's all about piecing it together and having fun. And like this, we're just piecing a model together. Now imagine the designers doing this. They could have used a CAD software to help them build this, and it's possible. The thing about CAD software is you can see if you got collisions. A collision is where I'm putting a part, it may bump in here into a corner, and it just tells you there's an error. Stud does that. Sometimes if you can't tell, build it in person. You know, you can see if there's a collision error and that kind of thing. And collision errors, you know, basics, you know, like, okay, I'm stacking bricks on like this. You know, is there collision errors? Take a look at the headlight brick. It's not a pure 1x1 brick on all the sides. The stud that's kind of recessed sticks out a little bit, and that would be a collision error. We want to put that in the wrong way. And yeah, so it's all about collisions, testing for them, making sure there's, like I said, writing up a building guide or making a model, it doesn't matter if it's a tutorial or building guide, it's all about, is it functional? Can it be, this doesn't go on right now. Can you build it? Is it achievable? You know, some people I know, they build stuff blindly. They don't even check their work. You know, it's like when I do my tutorials. Before you see that tutorial on YouTube, I check everything. I build it twice to see if it works. And if it does, then I'll publish it. If not, then I do the necessary revisions. Because if it's buggy, glitchy, whatever, you know, that kind of thing. Start it up very high right here and push it in. I'm not an expert. I'm not here to claim that I am. It's just trial and error that I have done so many times. These would make good shingle pieces, like roofing tiles. You know why? Because you can just do them like that. Well, like this. We just need more sizes of them, but you know, and this goes here. So they really match this up really good. Look at that. That's really nice. I like this. This turned out very well for what it is. And here's what it looks like on the inside. You're going to see those gaps here in your valleys, but not too bad. We're almost done with this floor. Okay, now we're going to get going on the last section here. And like I said, why did I put that there? That's why I like to just chat with you when I do these. Because a lot of YouTubers don't do this, sadly. It's too much time consuming. It does take a lot of time, but I know some of you comment. I know I see Snowy a lot. And Amy, I'll see her comment sometimes too. So if you're watching, it's like, oh my God, Jay said my name. Because I remember you. The ones who don't comment, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. You got to comment a lot to help it beat it in my mind there. I'm getting older. I can't remember everything as much. Okay, oh, it's got to go right here. So we got a little bit of a rain hole there. We got to be careful. The rain's going to flood out our loft apartment here, our flat. Since this is more European, it's the flat. Here in the States, we call them apartments or townhouses. Over there, they call them flats. I think that is the appropriate name for them, is a flat. On the Western, we have our own English versions of things, but yeah. And now we pop that in there. Same thing, okay? We go a little high. There we go. I mean, you could pick it up with that too. It's pretty strong. And that is it for bag 19. So that's what we have remaining. And I'm pretty pleased with the plated roof because it obviously doesn't look like a plated roof at all. But we still have this remaining, so that tells me we're going to be putting the crown on top of this. Alright, now we're finally getting to bag 20 and we have one more minifigure. I thought we were done with them. Well, at least the minifigures are not all grouped at the beginning. We got to sneak one in there. He's probably the guy that takes care of the roof. Well, I'm pretty close. You know what he is? Looks like he's the chimney sweeper. We were talking about that too. I gotta get somebody to inspect my fireplace. Well, there's chimney sweepers here in the States. And they want to ban fireplaces out here. They're gonna put those guys out of business. You know, and I'm not gonna get into all that, but they say the fireplace burning is what causes asthma. I had asthma flare-ups, but it's not due to that. It's due to allergies for me. So we're going to ban all the flowers blooming outside. Okay. We're going to slide that off to the side. We're not even building anything for this right now. We're actually building accessories. I don't know what for. We're done with that floor. Okay, let's start sorting parts out here because I'm not finding anything here of any use for minifigures. Oh, I thought that was something for a stud. Ooh! Oh, wow, look at those. Those are clock pieces. Oh, if there's only 2 more in there, I hope there is. You know what I'm thinking? Big bin. Oh, that would be so cool to find those. And we thought we were done with clocks, too. Well, no, we're not, but there we are. Let's put all these over here. So it looks like bag 20, we're going to be bringing the thing. Ooh, we got a bright green bike chassis. That's cool. It's kind of a weird one. And a barrel. And I don't think I have a whole lot of these in Nougat. I was looking for them and didn't have any at the time. I'm trying to find all the stuff for the minifigure right now. Found his hat. When everything is mostly black, it makes it tough. I'm looking for nothing but a very dull color. So now I got to start sorting things out here because okay, well, I found that part for his chimney thing. There's a black thing. I could put this together right now. So he's just using a gear for that. That's not a bad idea, huh? Looks like those big brushes they shove down the chimney. I'm trying to find the pants to him, the legs. That's why I'm saying we'll probably spend 20 minutes on this guy alone just to find all his parts. Everything is black on him. Well, there's the head, but he's got that, which is some kind of a scarf. You can tell he's happy here. Yeah, is that how that goes? No, that's not how that goes. It goes the other way. Like I said, we'll be here for a while putting him together. So I don't think we're even going to get to the roof right now. So the rain's going to continue to pour inside. And there we go. I know I had somebody tell me I need to spend more time on the minifigures. I'm thinking that they told me to watch certain YouTubers to get ideas, and some of these guys would literally spend like 10 minutes just talking about this. I can't. So the chimney sweeper's done. It looks like we're building ourselves some kind of a cart. So now we're not even getting to the roof of it. We're working on accessories. I thought we'd do the roof and come back and do that. I guess not. And I thought, oh, we're going to have this done real quick. Boy, nothing like brand new fresh Lego. It's got that squeaky feel to it. Oh, I can use these cupboard doors. They just go in a 1x3x4 frame. I bet that's what these are for. More medium nougats, good furniture colors. Boy, that does not want to go in there. There we go. And yeah, I'm considered old school when it comes to Lego, but I like these new parts. I'm spoiled. I like having the snot bricks and stuff. I see some people build the old school Lego cities, and I'm like, oh, those are cool, but then again, I'd like to have the newer parts. Because when I was a kid, we'd only dream of having angular brackets and stuff. I mean, they were just starting to come out with them, and I was getting tired of Lego, and parents gave my collection away, but because they needed the cash for something. Now I would love to have that stuff back, but I'm not going to get in that whole source subject. But Love to have all this new stuff. All right, and then that last piece goes in the back. So they didn't have a part that fit in here. So you know what they did? They used that in there and used the bumper in the back. That's a good way to disguise that, huh? Making sure I'm still recording here. Sometimes this thing can get goofy. And then we put bicycle wheels. Okay, we have two different sizes. Okay, the big ones go on here. Well, of course, they're key. They're not going to fit anywhere else. Okay, I got one on there. Just that alone makes a good little cart. Oh, okay, I see what we're doing. All right. Be careful putting these in here. I've broken pegs off before. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take the brick separator. I'm just going to pry this open a little bit. And I'm going to shove this in here. Because I've broken pegs off trying to get those in there. Just wiggle it in. Don't, like I just got one in there. And there we go. Just use your brick separator to kind of wiggle it in. Don't try to force it in, you'll have problems. And then this fits right here. Like that. So that's what that's for. So that's oh, the handlebars are right there. That's kind of backwards. Wouldn't you use this and have the weight on the back? I mean, that's what it is, but we're pushing this. We're not going this way. The handlebars, if I can find them, are right here. So you're actually driving it like this. So well, how would you even steer that? Yeah, it's hard to say. The cargo bike is perfect for getting around town and transporting your groceries and foods, or even taking your cats to the vet over the Lego Creator Expert Corner garage. 10264. I don't know the vet. Do they have a veterinarian over there? Okay. So that's done there. That's what it looks like. Like I said, we'll take a look at everything in a close-up tour when I do the walkthrough. I'm not going to, the walkthrough will be on my main channel. It will not be included in this series because we're already doing a close-up here. So eventually I'm going to have it all done like that. Eventually. So we're just building accessories. We haven't even got to the roof yet, unless that's what this is. Like this is probably the chimney, but I don't know. I mean, the minifigure I understand, but I don't know. This is kind of weird here. Hey, but you know what? I can use more profile bricks in my collection, so I ain't gonna complain. Yeah, I gotta look for a floodlight. My mom got one of these things from Temu that you put on your garage door, like this little scene. I gotta figure out how to attach that on there. I said, well, let me take the hose and really blast that door down before we hang things on it. I said I'd like to do that and spray a little grease in there and stuff to keep it lubed. We'll start doing all the fancy stuff here. Oh, okay, this is not a bad little chimney. And we're back at that here in a second. This has got some weight to it. So we got the little smokestacks. Oh, we're not done yet. That looks good the way it is, but no, we're not done yet. They want us to do this. That looks better. Okay, let's move all this out of the way here. And that goes up here, and they show that this is already on the big modular, but I'm not going to put it on there until very last when we do the setup. because I'm going to do the review first. Okay. Now we're finally going to get to the roof. But before I do, let me check on my videos. And I'm back. Okay, and yes, I leave the camera just rolling. The reason being is I don't want to. I always forget. Yeah, it takes a little more memory to do, but you know what? I have to do it like that. I'll forget to hit the record. So now we're gonna do the roof and maybe some more clocks. We don't know. I'm starting to get a little hungry here, but I want to finish this up first. All right. Flip it over, put this here, and stick this. We're almost there. We won't have to see the rain fall in. We don't want those, we don't want all the rain to come in there. Or the War of the Worlds, where they had those aliens come in and they slurp the people out of the top. Yeah, we want to make sure that they're not seen. Yeah, I need to get back into some more movie watching. I watched a movie the other night. Okay, I'll have to check my speed build here in a second. It just got done. But I was watching a movie the other night about EMPs and very scary stuff. Well, I hope I never see that happen. Well, maybe it's time to build a Faraday cage. We'll use Lego to do it. Okay. You flip it over. We got to put. Shows a plate here. Okay, it just sits there. We got some small parts, but not too many. But it's just a lot of stuff. So I have a feeling we're going to be continuing more stuff here. Yeah, I only see 2 clock faces, but I see this. Maybe that's the blank clock, so it's out of order. But yeah, I'm hoping that if that's the case, and I may order some of those clock faces. Those would be nice to have. Maybe build a Big Ben in Europe. Just build that big clock tower. That'd be good for just a clock tower in general, or just a clock in your town square. You know what I forgot to do? Put this right here. There we go. That's nice and sturdy. Okay. Okay, then we take this and put it like that. Okay, well, I haven't messed up so far. This is something here I'd probably mess up on. Oh, Lego, we don't have a 2x3x4 or 2x4x3 frame. You're going to make us piece that all together? And then the doors. Oh, okay, so this must go here as a hatch for roof access. So that's what the little ladder in there is for. Right there. So that's where that's going to go. And yeah, now I'm glad I did this in separate bags. There was no way I could have done this all in one sitting the other night. Oh, and today is the 30th of November 2024. We're almost done with the year, huh? We got one more month left. And yeah, I'm trying to get this done lickety split so I can work on some fun stuff here. And then okay, then they use slopes. No, we don't. We use this. But you know what? It'd be easier to put the slopes on this first and then set it in there. Like that. And then this goes here. I bet you anything. Yeah, that lines up perfectly with that. See that? I don't think we're done with that 'cause it's kind of plain. Oh, here's some more chimney stuff. So we're doing more chimneys. But you know what? They're building the chimney right on here. I'm just going to build it right on here. They're building the chimney separate like a modular. But we're going to build it right on here just to speed it up a bit more. I mean, this is it. We're almost done here. And we'll have to bring the main build back into focus, so we'll be working on some more of the outside. Because we got a lamp post. I don't think the lamp post will be on the roof. It might be, we don't know, but... Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, it's a 2x2 in the middle. Like that. And then they do it like this to give ourselves a bit of an overhang. That's pretty clever. And then we stick these on the top here. We crown them off with some studs. And we'll just put this one on here now. There we go. And that's it. And the chimney was condemned after the attic conversion work, and it was nonetheless preserved for aesthetic after precision for the chimney sweep. So it's just a fake chimney. Well, at least they told us that. The attic conversion. So that means that there was a fireplace right here at one time. And that just snaps right on top. Like that. I can't even get it in there. It won't even lock in here. Started that in first. There we go. Okay. Now we got the rain from going in there. What does it even look like in there? It's probably dark. Most Lego builds are very dark inside. Yeah. Okay. So that's just a fake chimney there. And now we are going to start putting together the stuff on the ground, but which means I have to bring the other one back into focus here. And the chimney sweeper can join all his friends. I'm going to put this on the top here real quick. And it goes like that. It does stand about 16, 18 inches tall. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? We'll take a closer look at it. Well, we'll take a look at it later, because right now I want to focus here. And we have to make a bunch of lamps now that go in here. Why are we back here at the very first floor is beyond me, unless they wanted us to prevent from whacking stuff off. So there's a little stud there we're going to have to put a light on. So now we got to get onto that. So now it looks like we're right back to where we started at the beginning again. And then you think you're close. Like this is just little pieces and lots of accessories. And then hang that upside down. Okay, I bet this goes in these gaps here, right there. And they use one of these. And that's what that weird piece was for. Right there, there's your lamp. So it goes right in there, I think. Yeah. So this fits right in here. And yeah, it's pretty good. It's in there pretty good. No, I don't have to worry about that. And then of course we got the lamp posts. We've seen these millions of times in other modulars. Just very basic. And that goes right over here. Okay. We're not done yet here. These ballards are in fact cannons planted in the ground from the discrete naval victory aboard the Seahawk from the Lego Pirates Caribbean Clipper 6274. Thought I read that wrong. It's only 4 digits. The cannons. All right, well, here we go. Let's put those in. We got to make 3 of them. All right. That didn't. There we go. We got to make 3 of them. And oh, I see what we're doing here. All right, we'll put those. Let's put the notch side. Oh, these just freely spin. You got to be careful with that. I wish it didn't have that goofy notch in there, but they use that so if you get a peg stuck in there, you can pull it out without using your teeth. And then we use a couple of these here, and they just put these down in here like that, the handcuffs. So if somebody's breaking the law, they can just reach over and grab the fence and just do that. So you can tell right there it looks pretty good. Like I said, we'll do the close-up tour in the final, and we'll see how it really comes together. Now, why don't I do it now? Because these videos would be 5-6 hours per segment, and I don't want to be here that long. All right. As I, fortunately have a life other than Lego. Oh, Jay, you didn't mean to say that. Yeah, actually I did, and I just did. Okay. And I used the barrel. This, and they used this right here. Oh, okay, so this is like some kind of like a seafood restaurant or something, because I've only seen it like in the seafood. Put that there. Put the barrel in there. So you got a place to sit. We got to make some stools. When I'm done, I'm going to stage up the figures out here and stuff like that. Right now, I'm just setting up the build. And like that. Okay? And then, we're not done yet. We got to build a clock. So you think you're done with clocks out of all that time, you got to do one more clock with 2 faces. So you think you're done? You are not done. I started this. I should have read step 1 first. The clock kind of threw me off. I bet that last shaft that I have over here is going to fit inside this. There we go. I never thought I'd get this done. It felt like it was going to take forever to do it, huh? Like, phew, getting close, but what are we doing? The last thing is the clock. I'll have to let that, if you're not a fan of clocks, this is probably not for you here. And this goes like that. A lot of things you can mess up on real quick. Um, 12 o'clock. All right, we'll put that right there. And then 12 o'clock goes back at the top again. Yes, I know how to read Roman numerals. Why? Because I had to do that a lot in math, physics, and chemistry. All right. And then the clock goes right over here. Right there. Let me tip that up because now we're at that point where I have to move it. It goes right there. Now I thought that shaft is what that was for. Maybe that wasn't. I thought maybe we had to feed it in with something. No, it just you stick it in the hole there and hope it doesn't get whacked off. I mean, there we go. And that's it. And that is it. Hun, the old clock is running a little slow. The clockmaker can take care of that after his lunch break. Oh, it's running slow, so that clock doesn't work. That's a pity. It's always going to be stuck on it. Hey, that clock's right twice a day. If it was a digital clock, it wouldn't be. Okay, and that's it. We are done building. Ooh. And this manual wants to curl and start doing weird stuff. And this is what we have remaining from bag 20. And that's it. Now I have to go find the bag, or the turntable, and it's already in use. So let me dump all that off here. And it's sets that you remember the Christmas post office? Yeah, it's been stuck up there with a shipping label that I had from a friend that wanted me to ship him some tubes. So let's get that. I could have just paused that, but you know what? Let's just slide all this off here right now, because I think my mom wants to put the village. Put that in her winter village. I said, yeah, sure. I said, I'll save it. I still have this thing here. I'll let her put that in there too, because I need to get this stuff out of here because I want to move on to doing something else. Trying to clean things off here. I got a tutorial up here I can't show, but it was a really cool one. Well, I'll worry about that later. And that. And that. Alright. And the dust on here. Let me go get a rag and wipe that off. Okay, so now I gotta slide the turntable underneath this big monster. How do I do it? You know what? Let's just pick it up here. This thing is not an easy one to pick up, so I'm going to slide it off to the side here. And just slip this in. Hope I don't whack things off while I'm doing it. Yeah, it's heavy. It's not a light build. And you got to be careful where you pick it up at, because you pick it up how I am right here. On this side, you could bend that plate real easily. Put that up there. And the reason why I put it on the turntable is when I do the tour, I can spin it. I don't have to spend a lot of effort and time trying to muscle it around. And let's get all the accessories over here in the figures. Now I can put it on my shelf until I'm ready to rip it down. Now I got to get back far here. Remember, I got to do the review on this thing too, and it's one of Lego's famous vertical builds. So I got to pull the camera back, and I don't have a lot of space in here because I got tons of boxes, building guides, and mocks that I still haven't ripped apart yet. Yes, the camera's going to be bouncing around, so warning. Yeah, I have to still give out the warnings. I've had some say you're moving it too fast. I'm sorry. Take what you get. Okay. And yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm not going to let me turn the focus for you here because somebody's going to say it's a little blurry. All right. And that's it. I think it's 16 inches tall, so it's 10 by 16, I believe. Let me get this thing centered here. thinking about cutting more discs so I can leave projects on them and just transplant them. Right. Make sure this thing's pretty centered here. Looks like we are. Problem with this thing's painted with latex paint. It's kind of still kind of got that rubbery feel to it. What I may need to do is put some baby powder or something to make things slide on it a little better. And there we go. And let's see here what it looks like on your end. Because remember now, I got to start doing the review here in a second. So, right in the middle I think would be fine. Put it straight ahead here so I can make sure it's straight. Looks like it is. All right. Now we're setting up. And let's start putting things together. Now what I want to do here is stage it up so I don't have to, when we do the inside, we don't have to fight with everything. And we're going to put, let's put the little kitten or whatever in here, or the dog. And we'll have her ride the bike. And the reason why I'm starting to set it up now, like I said, I don't want to have to fumble with minifigures because that's the one thing I don't want to spend a lot of time on. The goal is to get these done quick and still preserve playability and stuff. Now, it is a playable model, but it's not really something you can drag for room. And I'm going to be honest, this is not like a little city set or a little polybag. Okay, drop your arms so I can get you to fit in there. There we go. That's the best I can do there. We'll put her right there. She'll be the waiter or the waitress. We'll have the door open here. There we go. We have the chimney sweep. We'll put him at the top here. And we'll have it look like he's walking. Now, like I said, the reason why I'm setting it up like this is so I don't have to walk through everything and I get lazy. I'll have him, he's probably the bartender. We have this guy, and I don't know where he goes, you know. Is he some kind of observer or something, or mannequin? Snowman, maybe? I have no clue. So we'll just toss him right here. They show him in the box, but I don't want to get the box over here. I already have it put up. Let's take a look at the building guide. If I can find it now. Like I said, it takes forever to set these things up. They don't show him in here. They got the chimney sweep on the top. But where does he go? I think he's a mannequin, and I got so many sets in here right now, and I hadn't even gone through the full blast of them yet. So we'll put her on the stool here, and I know my hands are in the way. I can't prevent that. Take what you get. And I'm just going to rotate her like this. And these things are just barely tacked in. This guy here, he's going to be the one that we don't know about. We'll set him there, and then we'll have him like this. Well, let's make it so we can, there we go, and have it look like he's walking. That's why they have the jumper plates there, so you can do that. Okay. Put that right on. Hey, at least I'm not like the other guys. I don't hide all the stuff that I do. And then, okay. And then for her, We can have her on the steps up here. She's just gonna stand right here. So when we get over here, no, let's put her right down here. At least they got some studs in here for the stairs, like right here. Now, what do we do with you? I think you go in that shop right here. He's the mannequin. I thought that's where he went in here. Maybe he's the mannequin that scares the kids. We'll put that right there. But I want all the figures to kind of... I mean, he's not really important. I don't think he doesn't have a face. Oh man, I gotta give that guy some binoculars and have him spy on everybody in the city. Hey, this came with the set, so I'm very pleased with it. It's kind of nibbled, so you can tell I use that a lot. And yeah, it looks good, right? It looks like a nice, very good build. All right, and I'm pleased with the outcome of the set. Well, I'm gonna save. I gotta have that to keep the light off, to keep the light directed down. Gotta love my sloppy filming. So, I'm gonna save my work right now. Let all the lint fall down and take a good blast at this. Then I'm gonna come back, we're gonna do the review, and I'll start doing the actual tour. Let's start with build experience on the Tudor Corner. And honestly, at the beginning of the build, it was dry and boring. And I think it was mainly due to all the tiles. But once we started constructing the walls, it wasn't too bad. Now there is some parts of this build that are pretty tedious. No repetitious building or steps, but a lot of this stuff involves a lot of small pieces. You are looking at 3,266 bricks, but a lot of them are small. But it does add a lot of detail. But if you're not a fan of small pieces, this is probably not the set for you. This is not like your old classic cafe corner. This does have a lot of small pieces involved, but as you can tell, it's caked with lots of detail. Build quality is pretty good, and there was some instances that things fell apart, like the desk that was inside the Clockworks workshop. And some of the stuff like these clocks on here could fall off. I didn't have any of the greenery stuff fall off, but some of the stuff just feels like it's tacked in, and some of it is robust. It's not coming off. So I'd say the build quality is everywhere on this one, but I would say it's more average to above average. But once you're done building this, very few things will fall off. Play value, it is a playable model, but it's not portable. Yes, it's on a 10 by 10 stud plate, but this thing is heavy. So this is not something you can just drag around wherever you want to go. It's meant, once you're done with it, you can set it down somewhere and play with it. Now, if you want to play with it, the floors, as you saw, do detach, but keep it on a turntable because it's a lot easier to spin this around than it is to have it sitting on a table trying to drag the whole thing around. And you can plus pick it up like this. So have it on something you can easily pick it up, even like a tray you'd use to serve breakfast in bed or something with handles. So you can actually move this around. It's heavy. It's not a lightweight build. There's a lot of detail in this. It weighs it down. But it is a playable model, highly detailed model nonetheless. Now there's a lot of good building techniques that I found in this set that could be used for other creations. You can use these windows. Those are modular. I like the roof technique here. I'm sure we can transplant that into something. This window I believe was modular. It looks like it is. The doors are modular. And all sorts of stuff. It's meant to extract ideas and use them for other things. So I'm very pleased with that. It inspires myself, I'm sure it inspires somebody else, to really get into building his or her own model. This has got a lot of good ideas to be extracted from. Or if you want to, and some people actually do, they'll part these out for pieces. This one's got a lot of good source of parts, but remember it's a lot of small parts. But it does have a lot of good building ideas and parts for other creations. Now seeing that this is a modular, it's obviously compatible. And now we do have two anchor points. We have one here and one here. So you can join this with other modulars. So this is meant to be dropped in a Lego City. This is Lego City friendly. As you can see, it's packed with lots of features. It's finished off. It's got a roof. It's got a back. This is ready to just pick up and set in your city. So for me, I'm pretty pleased with the build. Now, for my final score in the set, I have to give it an 8.3. Because there was a few issues with it. First, some of these pieces were scratched. I was very disappointed with that. I dinged a point off for that. And then little points here and there for things falling apart while constructing the set, like the Clockworks workbench. That was probably the most fragile part of this whole build. Just one piece of furniture I just had problems with. And some of these panels on the side you had to put together. Some of them felt like they were going to crumble in. Other than that, it's a really good, robust build. But if you're not into small pieces, this one is not for you. Even I was like getting tired. My fingers were very faintful when I was done with this, because now I'm done putting it together. But you can see, though, the outcome looks really good. This is a really nice build. So if you're into building modulars, you want a challenging build, this one was challenging. Even for myself, this was a very challenging build. It was very difficult at times to put together. And pay attention to the building guide. This is one that you cannot slumber on here. You're going to have to read that book, because I have made several mistakes. If you watch the build installments, I made tons of them building this. I corrected them, but just work through this very slow. But overall, I'm pleased with the set. It doesn't look crowded. It just looks like it's packed with lots of detail, and that's exactly what this is. This is going to look good. Look at all the colors in here. I'm sure this is going to look good in pretty much any Lego City. But tell me what you think of the Tudor Corner. For me, I'm overall satisfied, but it was just a challenging build.